Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer, and we are returning to Hearts of Iron 4. We are playing as the Soviet Union. We've beaten all of the fascists, so it is officially the after-war period, at least for the Soviet Union over here. I've done a couple of things, so let's go through our setup over here. So firstly, as you can see, we've developed some new army plans. Most of them are aimed at the Allies. That's not because we really think that they're going to declare war at any time soon, nor are we going to declare war at this very moment, but yeah, these things are just going to be in place just so in case that we can use it. Now the one exception in Europe is going to be Spain, because Spain is definitely still a nationalist regime, and I think we can take them out fairly easily. So what we're going to do is we are going to justify a war over here, and that is going to be done in 60 days, and then at that point I think we can invade. So that's up over here in terms of the military in Europe. Now of course we also still have to consider Asia. We've set up most of our armies over here. You can see there's a lot of divisions and armies basically set up along the line here with Manchuria. We've got our mechanized forces which are supposed to come here, cut off Manchuria or Manchukuo from the rest. We've got our marines, our mountain troops that will be trying to advance through the mountains down here, and then we've got a couple of other armies up here. One is also on the border with Iran. So I think all of that should be fine. We're not at war at this moment, so that's why I've told all of my guys here to train up. And what I've also did is I've designed a new army template, Guards Anti-Tank, and that's pretty much a variation with just some support anti-tank. Just to give them a little bit more of oomph and just basically use a couple of the things that we have. That should be okay. We're also recruiting a couple of divisions, mostly these guys over here, just garrison units to basically guard our coastlines and all of that. So that should be fine. They're not really that interesting in design. We've also got a couple of more motorized divisions, which I think will be fine if we could get a couple of more of these. Right, other than that, we are focusing on the Navy. So let's talk about the Navy, and let's talk about the construction. So we are building up a lot of naval dockyards to, well, get more Navy. Also a couple of radar installations basically on all of these points that you can see here. So sort of in the natural points, the borders close to England and so on. And yeah, we'll have to do a lot of repairing because you can see basically Europe has been completely devastated by 2 years of war here, with all provinces basically having a huge amount of damage in terms of infrastructure mostly, but sometimes also in regards to resistance. And the issue is there's a lot of resistance in Poland, France and the Netherlands to a very large extent due to the fact that intelligence operations here plus 70%. Now I really don't know how that should work and how we can make sure to reduce that. We have been sending one of our agents here now, so that's okay. We have 3 agents that are operating to reduce that. We also have 2 more agents operating in Mexico, and the purpose for that is to give their communism a little bit of a boost and maybe get them to be a little bit more communist. Speaking of, I think it would make sense to get Hungary here a little bit firm on our side. So what we're going to do is actually going to pick one of these decisions, and it's way too many decisions at this moment. Don't think we need any of these. Yeah, but let's do this here. That is going to give them a little bit more communist support and just going to make sure that we are going to be more readily set up over there. We're also building anti-partisan stuff over there, so that should be okay. So yeah, let's resume the game over here. And just I'm going to think that we are going to see a couple of things happening. So here's the 1940s cruiser hunt, and that's perfect and fantastic. I would like to research the next one, but it's a little bit ahead of time, so I don't think that is something that we're going to do right at this very moment. So I think what we should do actually is also think about Marines actually. So yeah, we could think about Marines. We could also think about amphibious tractors, and also in terms of support stuff, I think military police here might be a very good choice. On the other hand, industry is also there and it's very close to being done, so yeah, let's actually research that. We can also modify our navy. So either we could pick a chief of navy, but none of these guys is really good. Commerce rating doesn't really make much sense. Naval aviation, so I think what we're going to do is going to pick a naval designer over here. That should be a-okay. Good. Right, XR divisions, you guys should be coming home soon, aren't you? Yeah, there you are. Venezuela has joined Japan. Well, isn't that curious? Now, we of course have Curaçao, which is a brilliant province basically. Oil, a lot of naval structure, infrastructure, coastal forts, some radar installation, more radar than we can actually build up at this moment. So that's pretty great. Yeah, so the Allies are cancelling their projects there, so that is a little bit annoying. I think we can actually research better radar, so let's go ahead with that. We are producing outdated equipment, so that's of course the light tank. Let's create a variant of that just to see what we can do. Don't think we really need it to be faster. Do we need a better gun? Well, the benefit here on soft attack is really negligible. Piercing is nice. I suppose armor and some better reliability. Yeah, it's not a big shift here, so you know what, let's do it. I think that's fine. And then what we can do is just shift the production here. We're currently producing 7 a day. I think we can produce a lot more, well, less, but a lot of this better equipment here. So that should be fine. And dandy indeed. So yeah, very nice indeed. Good. A lot of people are cancelling their non-aggression pact because we are not at war against the same target anymore, but that's okay. We don't really need to do that right at this moment. Yeah, about 30 days or so, then we have researched that. We have free military factories as well. I wonder why we got that. That's peculiar. Right. Not really though, because it is damaged anyway. So you guys should be updating fighters, so it would be great if you could do that. Someone falls ill? Well, that's not a big deal though. Any of you guys done training up? Yeah, you guys are, for example, so that's nice. How come all of our guys fall ill at this moment? Well, I suppose that's okay. Right, so you guys are now all up here training, that's lovely. I wonder whether you will stop training once you have reached the good level here, because we did do that with a shift click, which is new and fantastic. Okay, 3 dockyards here. We're going to continue building convoys here for a second, although not for that much longer. Why is everyone falling ill? Must have something to do with the attrition rates, right? Lots of people cancelling their things there, but yeah, we should soon start to see that a lot of these guys here will be ready again. Yeah, you are, so that's nice. Yeah. And partisan number 2 done, so we have done that completely now. I guess we could do encryption. It's going to take a lot of factories. Do we want to do portable radios? Probably not. No, none of that is really important. Well, I mean, naval department is going to be nice, so let's pick that before anything else. Right, we are a little bit shy on fuel, but I think that's going to be alright. Message from the Philippines, and you, my friend, I think you can actually start to boost party support now. So let's try to do that over here. And of course we are going to spread communism to Mexico. Joseph Stalin calls for crushing imperial Spanish nationalism. Yes, indeed. So yeah, let's try to do that over there. You guys are you ready basically, by the way? Now, a lot of you guys are still suffering from some attrition, but not all of you. So yeah, indeed, all of the guys that have reached their level do stop. So even individual divisions, which is fairly lovely. Right, fantastic. I think we are slightly shy on infantry equipment. Well, not really. So that's nice. Yeah, we'll see some replacements here as these guys are still training up, but it shouldn't take too long. There's a research finished. Hungary proclaims Greater Hungary. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate, but nothing we can do about that. Right, so we have done these guns. Now, these guns would take all very long, wouldn't it? Yeah, so let's not do that immediately. I think what we need to do is we need to think about naval doctrine. We're researching that anyway. Let's also think about air doctrine. And of course we want to go for naval strike efficiency here. So yeah, let's do this and spend 100 on that. That should be okay. And there are the ship launches. Anything else we need in terms of shipping then? I don't think so. Not at this moment. Well, a lot of these things we will need over time. But at this moment I think we are fine. We will want to do these, but so we don't need anything in particular to change our ships themselves. We are researching radar. We are building this up. We could think about these two things. So the difference here is the production efficiency cap is the same. So either we retain more or it just grows faster. Well, this one is better, I think, but it doesn't help our shipping. Could do air stuff. It is a year ahead, but it's one of the rare things that I find really valuable doing. Could go for better artillery, could also go for better AA. That would not necessarily be a bad choice once we're building up aircraft. Better tanks? No, not really. Support companies? Well, military police might be a good one. But you know what? So would be Marines. 116 days. You know what? We're going to devote one of these guys simply to air research. In fact, we want to build up naval bombers before. Yeah, it doesn't have any head of time penalty, so yeah, and we do definitely need it. So yeah, let's research it first. I think that's fine. Right, so that does cover all of the naval research for this moment. So I think what we are going to do is we're going to focus on light cruisers over here. And don't we have a new variant? Yeah, okay, so that's weird. You're considered outdated. Okay, let's consider all of these guys here outdated and create a variant of this little cruiser over here. So this is going to be our new standard cruiser of the Soviet Union. You're going to have a very good engine to be very fast, if at all possible. We're not going to give you any armor because that would just make you slower. We're going to give you a dual purpose second. Ooh, all of these are, well, no, I think it's fine. Dual purpose secondary gun, a little bit of a radar set, surface detection goes up. That's nice. Is it really worth it though? Yeah, 80 points. That's not material. Don't want to do any fire control, or do we? Well, I think one level is fine. Anti-air, yes, you are going to get an anti-air battery over here. In terms of battery, we're going to give you a light cruiser battery, of course, the best that we can. All of this is going to reduce speed a bit, but I think that's fine. And then what else have we got over here? So I think over here we can get a secondary gun position. I do want to go for 1 torpedo launchers on these guys as well. And then medium battery? No, not medium. Rapid fire. Could do dual purpose there. And up over here, so that is also just these choices. Well, rapid fire. All of these would reduce speed, which is a little bit unfortunate. And the air would reduce speed as well. Well, so do we want to go for light cruiser battery? That's 6 light attack and 8 piercing. Or 6 and 2. For basically the same production cost. But you also have anti-air. And you don't reduce our speed quite as much. Right, so that would give us quite a bit of anti-air actually. I don't think we need as much. So let's actually go for rapid fire gun light cruiser battery here. Reducing speed a little bit, but also increasing light attack. And I think it looks like a very good light attack plan over here. Torpedo attack is there, and we've got a little bit of AA. Surface detection is great, fuel usage doesn't really matter. Surface visibility is going down anyway. So yeah, I think this is a fantastic design. I like it. The only real question is whether instead of dual purpose guns we should pick light cruiser batteries. It's 3 more light attack. Health points don't really change, and it is getting slower. No, I think it's great as is, so yeah, I like this design. Do we want to name it anything in particular? I think cities or famous leaders. Let's go for leaders. I like it. Nice. Good. There we go. That's our new standard model. Right. That's you. Okay, so let's rename it just so that I know it's not anything that has been decommissioned. Right, there we go. Let's not show outdated equipment anymore. We're going to produce a lot of these guys. here at the very same time. Let's just finish up on these convoys. And then what have we got? We got about, well, I'm going to say 60 or so dockyards. So yeah, let's just build around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these guys at the same time. And I think that is going to be perfectly fine. Good. We are all going to deploy all of you basically here in the Far East. Mostly so that we know that we have them against Japan once we do need to actually fight. And this is going to be pretty much all of the Navy that we are going to use for the foreseeable future. So that's fairly fantastic. Outdated equipment in production, what is that? Well, I don't see any. Is that the cruiser variant? Or is it the convoys? Well, didn't I just not just establish that this is not outdated? Weird. Okay, maybe it will update soon. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, we are seemingly having some supply issues in some places. Potentially that might be a reason for why some of these guys are falling ill all the time. We are gonna have to see. Event timeout? I don't think that was What's going on? Why do we all of the sudden not have any steel? Weird. We did have a lot of steel just earlier. Ah, well, of course. We are building ships. That's why. Okay, that does make sense. Why are you considered outdated though? Ah, that's really odd. Okay, let's think about that. Can we do anything in terms of decisions to build up our steel mills? Well, we could. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. It's going to cost us a little bit, but that's alright. Naval Department done. That's okay too. So, let's go ahead and do more over here. Infiltrate. Yeah, interesting. We don't really need that. Okay, so yeah, let's go for machine assisted encryption. That should be okay. So, how are we looking in terms of this? Yeah, it's getting lower, which is very nice. Liberated workers route out is taking some stock, so that's okay. Still, we have enormous rebellion potential in a lot of these places. Yeah, let's see whether we are going to get better over there. You guys all just training up. It's going to take just a couple of days, I suppose. Don't really have any shortages except for armored cars, and even that has just been... Well, it's sort of still there. But yeah, more or less it's fine. How are we looking in terms of fighters? We do have a lot of this small stuff, which really I don't like, but I guess we're going to upgrade that soon. Okay, how are we looking then in terms of... So, you are completely trained up. You guys are nearly completely trained up. Just 3 divisions or so. You guys, just a couple of divisions that are missing. You are still coming and finding your positions here, so that's not necessarily great. Yeah, I guess we can wait a couple of days until you have really prepared and set yourselves up there. Right, let's stop training you up here for a second. I think you're going to fight, and that's going to be just as well. Right, so this army over here not really doing anything, just mostly trying to keep any enemy out of the way there. So you are converting them. That is lovely. So, and it does look like you can do that for quite a while here. Right, so let's look at our fighter groups here. Yeah, well, it's a little bit annoying always. Okay, fine though, fine. Machine encrypted is number 1. Let's go for number 2 there. What are we building? All of this is still going on, so that's lovely. Yeah, and we are building more and more of these naval dockyards, and they'll come into play, and then we're gonna see that we're gonna repair some of the infrastructure that is around. Resistance occupation is pretty high. Yeah, we kind of knew. Insufficient resources. Yeah, we do need more steel here. Well, let's ask some from the Hungarians also. Because I think that's perfectly fine. And you know what? We're going to ask our Turkish friends as well. Because that does allow us to buy less from the dirty capitalists. Right, fantastic. Good stuff there. Right, how are we doing in terms of our air troops? Well, you know what? All of you guys down here, all of you, except for this single army here. That's just, you're so close. So yeah, I think we are fine over here. Okay, have we got no army plan for some of these guys? It looks like we don't. Okay, so do you have an overall plan? Yeah, no, you do have an overall plan, so I think that's okay. Right, in that case, let's go ahead and let's declare war here on the Spanish. Huh? Portugal. Let's see if Portugal is going to do anything to support them. Okay, and not you. You're actually fine. Good. In terms of the Air Force then, oh, I think you should have gone down here first. So let's have you go there. You are coming here. All of you guys are going to fly over the Iberian Peninsula. That should be a-okay. Yeah, let's fly you over here. What are you? You are scout planes? Okay, let's get you over here as well. To scout. You are also scout planes. Don't we have any bombers? These are all just fighters. These are bombers, right? Yeah, tactical bombers. We've got 300 tactical bombers. Okay, fine. Let's get you over here. And let's also fly you over this area. That should be a-okay. Good. Right, I suppose we can dial it down a little bit, but I'm thinking that we are going to overwhelm them extremely quickly. Going to break through over here. And then advance further. Right, there we go. Yeah, you can actually see down here around Barcelona. We are more or less crushing them. Don't think we need any joint wars or anything like that. Yeah, we are overwhelming them. We're overwhelming them extremely fast here. And that should break them easily, actually. They also lost a couple of divisions when they were fighting us. So, yeah. So when they were fighting for Germany, they did send them expeditionary forces and all of that. So, yeah, I think it's very lovely if we can take them out over here. Let's get a couple of these mountain troops into some of these mountains. Yeah, but all in all, it seems to just go swimmingly fine. Fantastic. Good. There's an airbase over here, so let's bring you up a little bit. Make sure that we are closer to the action. Yeah, there are a couple of their air forces around, but just generally not that many, so yeah, I think we're going to be alright. Yeah, a good number of their forces apparently were on some other front, so we'll have to see just how well we can defeat these guys. Okay, let's get you over here and around Valencia. There we go. Yeah, that is a little bit of an encirclement down there, hopefully. Ah, funny enough, we are now being attacked. Machine encrypted. Assisted encryption. Yeah, you know what? Let's continue doing this. I think then we're going to do pretty good. Right. All in all, pretty good development over here. I think we're very soon going to see that we might actually take Madrid. Yeah, that battle down here is also starting to look much stronger than it did before. Right. Let's get to Alicante and Murcia. And you might actually try to go to Granada and then down there. So the mountain troops are over here, close to Madrid, actually. You're getting over there now. Well, in that case, can I ask one of you to further advance into these hills? And you guys can actually come down here and start to attack Madrid itself. I think it's fine. I think at that point soon they're gonna fall. Who did just join? Sort of missed that, which is unfortunate. Okay, let's build a couple more divisions. That should more or less settle it. And I suppose we can also go for more naval bombers. Unassigned divisions? Oh, yeah. So you guys, your new army, and your job is going to be to guard area defense, basically the coastline here. This coastline? Yeah, this is coastline. And I will want you to only guard against any naval invasion. So on the other hand, just defend only naval bases. I think is fine. Not the entire shoreline. It's going to be okay. Right, and you do need some sort of general. Do we have anyone? Your entrenchment speed is nice and your reconnaissance is good. Yeah, it's your job. Right, logistics. Light tanks we are a little bit shy on. Infantry equipment is alright. Armored cars we are shy. Okay. You guys all training up or something? Yeah. Okay, weird sort of development down here. Let's try to cut these guys off and defeat them actually. So that we don't need to bother with this additional front line. Interesting. We are at war against Japan. I should have paid attention to that pop-up, shouldn't I? Okay, so that does mean you guys are actually considered hostile. Well then, my friends, it's time to stop doing stupid exercises, which you are not doing anymore. You are still doing some, and actually activate your plans. I realize a lot of you guys are now maybe a little bit shy on organization, but you know what? It is going to be alright. So let's activate all of that. I think half of that is towards allies in this area, but it's okay. Right, yeah, and really nowhere over here do they have any ability to resist us. Why didn't we activate you? You guys? Do go ahead. Specifically you. You are super important because you need to drive all the way down here to cut these forces off. Ah, okay, so these guys haven't joined yet. Japan has. Only Japan has. No one else here has done anything yet. Well, that's going to be okay. They're going to join in due time, I think. And that probably means we have a big rubber deficit. Okay, let's try to ask Siam to cover for that so long as they can. Right, you are supporting that attack. Could you actually instead just march into Madrid? That'd be fantastic. Good. You're capturing Grenada and then Malaga. That's nice. Can I actually get you to go to get to Cordoba there? Yeah. Spain is starting to muster some divisions for its defense there. Venezuela is joining up on the attack. Kind of unfortunate, but still alright. Yeah, and there we are. All of them are joining up. Interesting that Japan would jump in to defend China, to defend Spain. Yeah, okay, very soon we should see them collapsing. Oh, we do have some free naval dockyards. Well, that's lovely, isn't it? Let's put more cruisers. Let's buy more steel. Yeah, you're already sort of sending us everything that we've got. Nearly. Okay, let's buy more. Fine. Just how close is nationalist Spain to surrendering? Not as close as you would think. Well, they still got Sevilla. That's 10 points. It's probably the single thing that's still keeping them afloat, right? Yeah. Well, I've got a couple of points up here. Okay, Sevilla. Sevilla it is. Malaga itself, not that worth that many points, is it? 5. Okay, so in that case, do grab Malaga, and then Sevilla, and then Cadiz. Yeah, lots of people declaring themselves to be our enemies. It's gonna be their bad. Let's try to get Alicante. Let's grab half of you also to push into here. Concentrated industry 5 done. Well, isn't that lovely? Okay, great. Let's go for the production efficiency. That should also be nice. Right, there we go. Come on. I think once Sevilla falls, I think we can basically call this front line here done. Fall of Gibraltar. Ooh, interesting. Well, that isn't too bad, actually. If we can, then go ahead and take Gibraltar for ourselves. Wouldn't that be very nice? Okay, Sevilla done. You can't finish this attack here, because this is way too many people. Interestingly enough, it seems like indeed Portugal has decided to join the Iberian brothers over here. So in that case, let's try to push up further. But apparently Sevilla was not enough. Yeah, let's try to grab all of this territory. You're going to try to grab Gibraltar, and you two as well, because you are all mountain troops. You, my friend, can sort of capture all of this. And we're going to trust the AI, and notice the mistake I'm making in saying this sentence. We are going to trust the AI to hopefully not super fuck this up over here. Right. Nice and easy over here. Okay, you're being attacked there. That's alright. You're expanding over there. Can you actually maybe go south here to sort of pocket these guys in? Let's take a brief look at how the war is going in all of the other terrains over here. So you are now advancing. That's lovely. There's not actually that many enemies right here. Okay, you're sort of weirdly advancing. Okay, can I ask Mongolia to join? Yeah, we are going to accept Mongolia. We're going to accept Tanuvau. The Balkan Socialist Union. Oh, okay, that's Hungary. Well, fair enough, yeah. Let's have you join up as well. And you know what? Everyone is going to join. Yeah, we're not going to give military access to everyone here, but that should be okay. And now you guys can advance, please? Yeah, you can. Okay, that is fantastic. Are you going to? And Nationalist Spain has capitulated 20,000 infantry equipment, modern infantry equipment as well. So that's pretty cool there. Right, you guys do attack here. You do come down there. And you as well. Right, all the way down there. Good. Yeah, this battle over here is going on for a while, but it's more or less alright. And we do have 3 military factories, so that's also nice. You are converting a lot of these things per day. And we need a little bit more artillery. I think we are more or less chronically short on armored cars. Well, Siam so far hasn't joined up in the war. You guys are advancing over here, so that's also very lovely to see. Yeah, and you guys can actually all sort of go to Lisbon. Well, or down here. Well, that's fine as well. Okay, and that is back to UK control, so we don't really need to be concerned with that. So what I would do is ask all of you guys here to sort of advance onto Lisbon itself. Just do it. Right. Perfect. Very nice. No supplies in some of these regions. Well, that's okay. And let's grab half of you here. Go there, and the other half is going to go down here. So just make your way there. I think the Japanese faction is going to fall pretty quickly as well. As apparently is Lisbon. Well, I mean, really Portugal is not supposed to have that much in terms of equipment. Right, there you go. Guys, do get over there. Basically grab all of their victory points. Yeah, and they should surrender pretty quickly as well. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, fine. Yeah, they are done for. Only a question of time. I think once we have Porto, they are gonna call it a day. How many factories have we got over here? In that case, let's produce more tanks. We are shy on steel. Can we produce more steel? Yeah, well, let's develop more of these iron ores then. Wow. 70,000 infantry equipment there and more radar. Lovely. Let's go for the next level of radar here. Good. And yet more free military factories. Okay, so I don't actually think we don't need to produce that much infantry equipment anymore. We can do with much less in that regard. Let's do build up more fighters instead. Naval bombers I'm fine. Scout planes I'm fine. Tactical bombers, you know what, we can do 15 probably. Anything else that we are particularly shy on? Well, armored cars and light tanks. That's sort of always an issue over here, isn't it? So let's go to 20 light tanks. And in terms of armored cars, probably at least 15. Right, that is looking much better. Right, so only area remaining is down here. Let's simply grab that. It shouldn't take too long. There we go. Come on, everyone, just go and take it. Some guys wounded. Not much of a deal. There we go. Fantastic. So all of that is done. There are some areas of nationalist Spain remaining, especially over here in Africa. And apparently the Azores were occupied by the UK before we could do anything, which is a shame, but that's alright. So we are pushing up in this terrain. We are pushing up against Xinjiang. Basically no opposition in any of these areas here. You guys are all advancing. Well, you are doing stupid things. You could go here instead. That's okay. And then we've got a couple of guys over here. You know what? We can probably just overwhelm you. And up over here, there seems to be not as much movement as I would have thought. But still, I think we are alright over here. The Japanese should not be able to mount any sort of effective offense over here. Not sure what you guys are doing. Why not just purely advancing? You're weird. Okay, fine. I think that should be okay. Manchukuo should also fall very rapidly over here. There is some naval combat over there. And we are actually at war against Japan, aren't we? So what we should potentially do is get our guys here ready, our submarines, and start to actually inflict some casualties here on Japan. We're also going to send over a good number of our fighters, as I realize we are not using any of them. But I'm going to clear all of that up in between episodes. So, until now, and until then, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like and all of that, and I'll see you around next time. Bye-bye.